Hey guys, welcome to 21 Secrets to Boutique Success. I'm your host and facilitator, Nicole Sims, and we are on day 6. Today we're talking to Danielle Lyles, who's the CEO of Fourth Wall Cinema. She is 17 years of film editing and advertising experience, and she's an award-winning film editor. She has some gems for you guys today. It's going to be a conversation you really weren't expecting, but it's really, really good information on how you can really stand out for your competitors and really make a name for yourself in a very unique way. Stay tuned. Hey Danielle, good
Hey
afternoon.
Nicole,
How
how are
are you
you?
doing?
I am doing fantastic. It's so great to see your face. I think the last time I
I
saw your face, we were
know.
still wearing masks. So I'm
Yes, we
so
were.
grateful just to see you. I hope everything is going well with you and your
Oh,
business.
it's great. It's
Good.
going great. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being here. Yeah, it's great to see each other. I know the last time we did see was like during the mask mandate. So now we're free a little bit. So great to see you. Thanks for being here with us today. I'm so happy. I'm so excited about this conversation that we're gonna have. It's gonna be a little different that people are gonna kind of expect, but I think it's a good point on, an aspect of growing your retail business that we don't think about.
Right.
So, starting with my first question, what do you think is one of the key secrets to having a successful small retail business or a small business in general?
Well, obviously there's so many things that go into building a successful and lucrative business. One of the things that I would say would be like the secret sauce that I found in my own business is really utilizing the power of collaborations.
Mm-hmm.
I don't feel like it's done enough. I feel like so often we're literally like leaving money out on the table because we're not accessing the people in our network or finding people to team up with to build businesses with or build campaigns with. I work in film, so it's a crazy thing. Like as important as marketing is, I don't have to market myself.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't have to market myself because I've built so many relationships, over the last, I don't want to say, but like over a decade, basically.
Yeah.
But over a decade, making connections and, people understanding my work ethic and the things that are important to me and being able to just build teams,
Mm.
build little communities, build little families, and
Oh.
we go after things when we have a common goal and we're able to like excel so quickly. Um, I would say like that is like the biggest thing. Like, and even though I'm in a different industry, it can be applied to anyone,
Right.
literally
Right.
anyone.
Right.
For your people who are building a retail business, just to sit there and brainstorm.
Mm-hmm.
What am I trying to do? What skills and what skill set do I possess? And what am I missing? And then sit down and think like, who has that? Who
Oh,
has that
nice.
specific thing? You know what I mean? Because a lot
Yes.
of times we think, well, I don't have this, so I better learn how to do this, or I don't know that, so let me hop on YouTube and figure that out.
Mm-hmm.
But to position yourself with a expert in the
Mm-hmm.
very thing that you're lacking will like fast track so many of your projects, so many of your launches, whether you need a distributor, whether you need,
Mm.
a fashion designer, whether you simply, maybe you're a retailer who's only online. Maybe you need to access someone who has a brick and mortar. Like, let's collab.
Mm.
Put your stuff online and let's
Good.
put my stuff in your shop and let's launch like an actual campaign for, whatever product line is coming out. But those things I think are really vital to not just building a business, but scaling very quickly.
Oh, I like that. Oh, I love that. I think a lot of people don't get a lot of rap about that or a lot about people don't talk about the fact how can I collaborate to build my own business? Because I think especially in the retail world and the fashion world, it's a competition kind of thing. It's
Yeah.
like, okay, I have my brand, she has hers, and we're competing for the same people. I don't want to collaborate. But then to your point, it could be someone, maybe someone so don't do your direct competitor, but someone who's a different competitor that can
Right.
complement what you sell, what you have, and you both win. So I think with the think outside the box, like how can we make each other win? That's breaking my brand larger and my brand more attractive to a larger audience. I think that's really, really good.
Exactly. I couldn't agree with that more. One thing about competition, competition exists. It's a
Mm-hmm.
reality, but to go in with a mindset that there is more than enough, that there is someone out there that wants exactly what you have to offer. And
Right.
to your point, teaming with people that, don't compete with your brand, but complement your brand. Now we're taking it to a whole nother level. And not only that, you are attracting the people who are already in your network, who are already your followers, but now all of a sudden you're getting access
Yeah.
to the followers of the person that you're collaborating with. So
Exactly.
now, in one campaign, you could double or triple your
Mm-hmm.
following, and it's
That's
so powerful.
That's good. That's really good. That's really key. So just making sure we understand that it's not there's competition, like you said, it's competitive, but there's ways we can be with other brands and grow our own. We think outside the box and not be so, focused on our own brand and our own situation, but expand. And I like the
Right.
fact you talk about the way you can complement too, like also doing with running your business, like running retail business, because that is one thing. I don't know how to do Facebook ads. Let me go on YouTube and find out how to do it. Instead of collaborating with someone who's really good at it, take it
Right.
off your hands.
Right.
Now, what would you say if someone said, okay, that's great. I want to collaborate, but how do I do that? How do I find these people? How do I reach out? How do I connect when I don't know where to start? What would you say to someone? Okay, I see you, Danielle. I want to do that, but how do I get started?
So, I would say one, that's a fantastic question. I would say to first, you know, access the low-hanging fruit is the
Mm,
easiest way to go. Who do you know right now? Who's a friend, a family member, someone who's at your church, someone who is a part of any type of leagues or organizations
mm,
that you might be
mm-hmm.
a part of, but people that could say like, oh yeah, I know Nicole. You know what I mean? So it's not as like abrasive trying to like get that first meet and greet with that
Mm-hmm.
person because
Mm-hmm.
they know you already. Like it's already open arms. It's already a friendly and inviting situation, and you could go to those people first because you never know like who's in your immediate network who has the skill set that you need. So I would say to start there, and
Mm-hmm.
as you start to build your team to then branch out,
Okay.
pair yourself into organizations that are in your industry. Like I feel like, every business owner should be a part of the organizations that serve that industry.
That's good.
And yeah, some of it is a bit of the schmoozing and the all of that stuff. But there are some real gems out there. There are some people that are really doing their thing, that are putting their best foot forward and making themselves accessible to people. You could access people through those type of organizations. Another thing that I would say to do is to really find a
Mm-hmm.
mentor in your industry. And I would say team up with that mentor, because even in accessing your mentor and the knowledge that they have, they're here to help you.
Right.
So they not only help you with the wealth and knowledge that they have, but they'll probably be willing to share, the access to their network, to their
Oh,
network.
yes. Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Oh, Nicole, I realize that you're trying to do this thing. I actually have a colleague that's doing that very thing. Or I know someone who's actually looking to do the same thing that you are. Like it's amazing how timing just like blends so beautifully together,
Yeah.
when you're in alignment, with the things that you're supposed to be doing in your business. So I would say definitely do that. And I'll just add this as a tidbit, people who are accessing the knowledge of mentorship, to also give back,
Mm.
mentor someone
Someone
else,
else. Mm-hmm.
because we're a community, we're a family, and building a business is not an easy thing. And I would say, if you're receiving mentorship from someone, pay it forward and mentor someone else. And with that being said, you might be surprised with how your mentee might be able to contribute to your
Oh.
as well, even if it's showing up to support, you know what I mean? Even if it's just an extra body in the crowd for you. So, everything kind of comes full circle. And I feel like people should definitely utilize all these different, lanes.
Oh, I love that. I love that. That's great with the mentorship. Yeah, people they seek mentorship, but they seek it in like a Facebook group, and they just get
kind of not specific, which is nothing wrong with that. But you do want someone who can do one-on-one, that could get more specific to what you need, and you can work a relationship that allows you to grow and get those kind of connections. That's really, really good.
100%.
Really good.
And just another thing, don't be afraid to have several mentors.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you're trying to up your marketing game, like have a mentor for that. But if you also need to get, your foot into distribution, like find a distributing mentor, like have as many mentors as possible, because it's only going to help you.
Yeah, that's good. Really good stuff. Really good. So my next question comes from kind of picking back on that instead of secret. But now, what do you think is a common mistake a lot of people make when growing a business?
Okay. This kind of stems off the collaboration lane a little bit. So I'll give you two just to make up.
Okay.
I would say that the common mistake that I see with entrepreneurs, particularly women entrepreneurs, is trying to do everything yourself. Listen.
Guilty.
Honey, if you believe that you could do it yourself, I confirm that you could do it yourself. I affirm that you will do it yourself. But I am recommending that you build a team, because it's so taxing trying to figure out everything, trying to be an expert in lanes that you have no expertise in. You know what I mean? So building that team, and even as the beginning entrepreneur starts off, I would say, a lot of people tell me like, oh, I don't have money to hire employees and build this team that you're talking about. Get interns, get VAs, start partnerships where you don't have to start, paying someone out of pocket. Like, look, sis, we're in this together. We both get paid when we both start making money. Start building those partnerships. Work on those collaborations that we were talking about that are free. But don't try and do it yourself, because you'll end up burning out. I'm not saying you can't get there, but you'll end up burning out a few times before you get there. So really utilize the people that can help accelerate, your business.
I love that. That's so cool. I was guilty of that in the beginning. And then I realized quickly, like, oh no, because you have all these people who are how to do your own ads, how to do your own social media posts, which is nothing wrong with that. That's something that you enjoy and you have the time for. But when you're building a business, if you can find someone that can help you with one part of it, that allows you to grow deeper into what you really love to do, which is growing your retail business. But if you're doing all these different things, something's going to give.
That's
and it might be your business. It might be the part that you don't want to give, which is making your sales.
Exactly.
We have a wonderful, gigantic, beautiful Instagram feed, but you're lacking in sales because you didn't get a chance to go to the market this weekend because you're working on your Instagram feed and you're working on this, but you didn't go to the market, which is more important because you have to get your inventory. So you have to make sure we're balancing out. That's really good.
That's right.
I love that.
And stay in the lanes that really not just that, are essential, but that make you happy. This business is supposed to be a wondrous journey. It's going to have its bumps and hiccups, but stay in the lane of doing what you love. Like, that is the beauty of being a business owner, that this is yours and that you get to do the thing that excites you, that lights you up.
Yeah.
All the other stuff is social media isn't your thing. Hire somebody for that,
Amen. Amen. Or use technology like later so you can plan it and then not worry about maybe one time a week and then get rid of it. You're done with it for 3 weeks and then you can start, working your business. So that's what I have to learn to do. And I love the fact of collaborating with the people, stay in your lane, because people who are watching this started a retail or fashion business because they love what they do. They love either selling hair or they're selling makeup or they want to be a fashion designer. They love selling their brand or they love selling clothes or candles. So when you're doing something you don't love to do that drains you, it takes away from creativity and the love in the first place of why you started your business. So that's really good. That's
exactly.
Good. That's really
do not become a slave to your business. That's the reason why you started your business, is because you were tired of being a slave for somebody else's business. So don't become a slave to your business.
Preach. That was good. That was good. Yeah. Because that ends up happening. You start being great. You start having bad thoughts and start having like negative feelings about something you loved to do a year ago, but not because you're drained, because you're doing all the stuff you hate to do. It's not a joy anymore, and that wasn't the point. So that's really really good.
Right,
Like,
right. But I told you I'd give you one extra
yes,
one.
the
So
two.
kind of another thing that I think is really important as a business owner, especially people who are creating things, whether it's clothing design, is really to always put your best foot forward, your best product forward, your best level of customer service forward, no matter who you are servicing, because word of mouth is a powerful, powerful thing. And you may think that you are, simply, quickly servicing, the friend of the cousin, or, the little old lady who lives down the street, or whatever it may be, but you never know who people know and what people are going to say about you. I've gotten so many referrals that I'm like, wait, who? Like, who is that? And they're like, no, they said like you did such a phenomenal job and this, that, and the other. And it's like, I may not even remember the work. You know what I mean? I may not even remember what I said to them. But one thing is for certain, like that person remembers how I made them feel working with me or receiving my service. So I would say that, whether you are interacting with that celebrity or high-end client, or you're just connecting with somebody who's, a relative or an acquaintance of yours, maintain that level of excellent service, maintain that level of high product value, because that is what is going to represent you all the time, even when you're not there.
I love that. Start the connection no matter where it is. Start small, but like you said, it can make a snowball effect. It happened to me. I did one client, one of my first clients, and I did such a great job, and I did it continuously. And I didn't think anything of it because I love what I was doing and helping her out. Then I get a email or text message from one of her friends, like, well, my friend told me you did a great job on this. I need help. I'm like, oh, and I worked with her in 6 months. But because I did a great job, I showed up. It was a small account, but so what? It was fun. I loved it. I had a great connection with her. She told her it ended up being one of my biggest clients.
See?
So I was like, wow. So this does happen in the retail industry as well, where you have customers, especially in the retail industry, because word of mouth is key a lot in retail, because brands are based on what people trust and who they trust.
Yes.
And if my best friend has this brand, she loves these candles, and you give her customer service, she might have had a problem with her order, you handled it really well with a smile on your face, or great email conversation, gave her money back, gave her a 5% discount or whatever, really made her feel good. She's going back to buy from your candles, and she's going to tell her girlfriends, hey, you need to go to this candle place. This place is amazing. And that's how it starts. So they're going by face because they trust her. They don't know you, but they trust her and her experience. And now they're going to come back to you. So that's really, really good. So I also like how you said, no matter if it's like your neighbor or your cousin or the connection, because we kind of feel, oh, it's just my best friend's cousin. I don't have to give her service. She knows who I am. But no, she could be like, well, I really needed this product and you did a great job. Now I'm telling my people,
exactly,
you don't even know about your brand. So that's really good. That's really, really good. Okay. So the last question I have for you is kind of going past the mistakes. Let's say now I've heard what you've said. I've collaborated. I've actually had some real good success. I've had some people have a team going on. Now I want to grow my business. Now I want to scale. What do you think is one of the biggest misconceptions that people have when it comes to scaling a small business?
The biggest misconception about scaling a small business. I would say that it's probably that it takes a certain amount of time to scale. Time is it's so relative, like, how can I put, like, if I'm in my business and I'm devoting my allotted time, because I have to tell myself, like, I'm devoting X amount of hours to my job, because I will easily like work the night away, right? easily. Like, if I'm staying on course with the amount of hours that I'm putting in my business, like, I can project that I'll get to a certain place in a certain amount of time. I can grow my business in a certain amount of time. But it's not always like that. It's not always that black and white. You really have to be the person to seize the moment and make sure that you are prepared in advance so that when opportunity shows up, you're able to jump on it. Instead of looking at things so linearly,
Mm.
look at it as like, look, I'm an unforeseen opportunity to that next milestone, whether that be $1 million, whether it be, $10 million.
Uh-huh.
I'm one unforeseen opportunity away from that next milestone, and
Nice.
taking the initiative to prepare myself now for what I can't even see coming around the corner. Because, for me, so many times, like, things come up and it's like, well, here's this opportunity. Are you on board? And apologies. And
Mhm.
sometimes I'm ready for it, and other times like I'm scrambling, like, oh my
Yeah.
God. And to be honest, like I'm human. I've even missed opportunities because I wasn't prepared. So
Mhm.
I would say in terms of scaling yourself, like, yeah, stay on your path for your scaling, but try and be proactive so that you can be prepared for unforeseen opportunities, because a lot of times it's those unforeseen opportunities that will grant you the biggest magnification of your business.
Yeah.
That just pop up, or that new connection that you made, or that new collaboration, or that new deal on the table, or that new venue that just opened, whatever it is, those unforeseen opportunities. But if you are prepared, you could
Mhm.
seize the opportunity, and can nothing hold you back. Nothing can
Right.
hold you back. That is to me like those breakaway moments where the scale is just like monumental.
I love that. I love that. I love how you say it's nothing but linear and to give it time. A lot of people, especially in the retail industry, they want success tomorrow. They want
Yep.
it overnight
Yep.
because they think that that's possible because what they've seen on social media. They've
Yep.
seen these brands who in 6 months are like, skyrocketing and doing all these things, which can happen, but it's not as common as one might think when you don't know what they did. To your point, they could have collaborated with 15 people behind the scenes to get
Right.
that growth. So you don't know that. So I love the fact you're saying it will happen. Take your time. I also love the fact that you talked about having a plan and then you're planning out each one of your days and planning out, being prepared for opportunities. I think a lot of times, a lot of us in the retail industry, the small retail industry, are going by the seat of our pants, chasing this, chasing that, chasing this, and not coming down. This is what I want. This is what I want to do. These are the opportunities that I know of, and then I'm gonna make room for those I don't know, and then that's the course, and not get distracted by everything that's going on. I'm not trying to say social media is horrible because it's not. It's a great, great platforms, but we have to be careful.
Yeah.
And think how you're thinking. Think how you just said, okay, use it as a place to connect with people. Use it as a place to do a plan, but then stay in your, lane what you want and understand it is going to take time. So I love that. I love that. I love that. So, one last quick question I have for you is, I have to ask first this. At the end of the day, what is one thing from your heart that you want to make sure that everyone watching this video right now, watching this series, comes away with? Like, they want the one thing you think, okay, if they don't get anything else from our conversation, they're going to get this. What would that be?
Wow, that's real deep.
That's why
I would say the one thing, because I see it plaguing so many business owners, is understand mistakes happen. We're all human, and it's okay to fall and get back up again.
I like that.
Don't beat yourself up. Don't go to bed angry at yourself. If something has kind of hit you or disappointed you in some actions or some missed opportunity, take a few minutes to reflect on it, see what could have been done better, and then release that, and wake up the next day with your head held high. Because let me tell you, as a business owner, like, you are doing what so many people are afraid to do, what so many people think that they can't do. And if you let these little hiccups and these bumps in the road detour you, it will take you backwards when you are so far ahead and going forward. But to acknowledge that, like, acknowledge the greatness in you, saying, waking up every day saying, like, you know what, I own my own business. I'm building something that is a vision of mine, or is my personal heart song, and that resonates with me and resonates with other people. I'm connecting with other people. Like, let that be your torch and hold it high, even when you have setbacks and even when you make mistakes.
Oh, that's good. So that's actually preaching to myself. So I appreciate that. That was really good, because that does happen. We get discouraged because we don't know, especially if we come from, like you and I come from the corporate world, we come from running a business, and now we're running our own business. That mindset is completely different.
Yeah.
And especially if we were successful in our previous jobs like we were.
Yep.
Then you're like, well, why am I not successful faster here? Because I was crushing it.
Right.
I was crushing it.
Right.
I was doing it. And now I'm here. I'm like, now I'm having these little things, and it's like, okay, it's not as smooth. It's not as happy. I got a lot of disappointment, more than I realized it would be. But that's part of running business, and they need to hear that. I'm so glad you said that, because that needs to happen in all small business, no matter what industry you're in, but especially in the retail industry. There's so many moving parts, and so many things. You gotta just keep yourself motivated. You gotta keep yourself, focused. Yes. And know that you will have bad days. You will have bumps in the road. You will have plans that will not go through. Then on the opposite side, you will have fantastic days. You will have glorious days, and plans that just skyrocket. Yep. So we have to make sure that it's balanced. So that's really, really good.
Thank you.
Really appreciate that. Now, how can our audience get in, connect with you? Is there any way they can connect with you?
Yes. So, like I said, I don't market myself like that, but, I'm a filmmaker. I love making, films that are agents of change. I've been in advertising for a very, very long time. So, for those who may want to have a, documentary or some type of short film, feature film, and need, advice on that, or want to connect on that, people can reach me at contact@fourthwallcinema.com. And that's the number 4, thwallcinema.com.
Wonderful. Fantastic. Well, I'm pretty sure we're getting some contacts, because that was some wonderful knowledge. And then again, in the industry, trying to think out the box, she could be something to help you document your brand. It's really good when you're going. And now I'm in the stage, I want to document my brand's journey. So yeah,
100%.
Yeah, that's great. Well, thank you so much, Danielle. This was an amazing conversation. And I'm so glad. I hope everybody really got value out of it, because I did. I was preached to as well. And I'm so thankful you were here. So thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me, Nicole. I just want to, just shout out to you for doing this.
Oh, thank you.
This is exactly what business owners and entrepreneurs need to hear. They need to hear, this information, this encouragement, and know that they have a support system, a community out there that knows exactly what they're going through. So I commend you for being that light for a lot of people.
Oh, thank you for that. I appreciate that. That means a lot coming from you. Well, thank you so much. Well, you have a good rest of your day, and I'll see you soon.
All right. Thank you, Nicole.
Bye.
Bye-bye.